A message goes out. Nothing comes back. 10 minutes later, you check your phone. Then again an hour later. Slowly, your whole mood starts orbiting that one small silence. At first, it seems like the missed reply is the thing that hurts. But the real reason is stranger. The deeper hit often comes from what opens afterward. The gap between the letdown and your next move. How long do you live in that space? A missed shot can steal the next hour. A bad meeting can stain the rest of the day. One awkward moment can make you go quiet when you were ready to speak. Yet progress may depend less on making each moment clean and more on how fast you can return. Because your life is shaped not only by what knocks you off course, but by how long you stay there. This is not about forcing fake calm. It is not about acting as if nothing hurt. It is about recovery time. Recovery time means the stretch between the hit and the reset, between the no and the next try, between the bad moment and the small act that tells your mind your day is still moving. What usually makes a miss feel so final? Part of it is something called loss aversion, a term from behavior research often linked to Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. Loss aversion means a loss tends to feel bigger than a gain of the same size. In plain words, one rejection can feel louder than 3 good signs. Your brain is not fair about this. It gives extra weight to pain. So when one thing goes wrong, your mind starts to act as if all of it is going wrong. Then there is rumination. Rumination means your mind keeps chewing the same thought without solving it. You replay the text, the tone, the look on their face, the shot you should have taken a second later. It feels like problem solving. Often it is just being stuck. And the longer you stay stuck, the more the miss grows roots. This is why the next small action matters so much. Behavior science often talks about feedback loops. A feedback loop is a cycle where one thing shapes the next thing, and then that next thing shapes you back. If a miss leads to delay, delay leads to doubt, and doubt leads to more delay, the loop gets tighter. But if a miss leads to one small reset, the loop changes. You take the next shot. You send the next note. You open the file again after lunch. The miss is still real, but now it is not running the whole system. Could that be the hidden skill? Psychologist Carol Dweck is known for the idea of mindset, especially the difference between seeing ability as fixed or as something that can grow. Fixed means you think a bad result says what you are. Growth means you think a bad result says what to work on. That idea can help, but here's the twist. Sometimes the most useful sign of a growth mindset is not what you believe in the abstract. It is how soon you rejoin the task in real life, not when your mood becomes perfect. Soon. This is where people get confused. They think resilience means being hard to hurt. But resilience often means something softer. It means you feel the hit, but you do not build a home inside it. You let the wave pass through. Then you do one plain thing that puts your body and attention back in motion. That is not denial. That is skill, and skill can be trained. In sports, a shooter who misses and freezes is not just dealing with technique. Technique means the mechanical part, how you do the move. They are also dealing with recovery. Can your body stay loose enough for the next try? Can your mind stop making the last miss more important than the next chance? The same thing happens in work, love, study, and art. The missed shot is the missed shot. The larger story is what you do 5 minutes later. What do you do 5 minutes later? Maybe you send a message and hear nothing back. The old pattern says pull away, assume the worst, close up for the day. The reset says feel the sting. Put the phone down, drink water, answer one other text, and come back to your life. Maybe you say something awkward in a room and want to disappear. The reset says breathe once, ask the next question, stay in the room. Maybe your plan breaks at noon. The reset says try again at 2. This matters because action changes emotion more than people expect. Not always, not in every case, but often enough to notice. There is research in psychology on behavioral activation, a plain phrase for a simple idea. Doing a useful action can help shift your state, even when you do not feel ready yet. The action does not erase the feeling, it interrupts the spiral. It gives your mind new proof. You are still able to move. And that may be the part of growth people miss. The goal is not a perfect run with no stumbles. The goal may be shortening the distance between stumble and return. That is the hidden practice, not less failure at all costs. Faster recovery with honesty. Faster return without drama. Faster re-entry into the ordinary work of your life. So the next time you send a message and no reply comes, notice what happens next. Not just out there, in you. Notice the urge to make one small miss mean the whole day is broken. Then cut the gap by a little. Not all at once, just a little. Take the next shot. Send the next note. Try again later the same day. You check your phone again. But this time your whole mood does not have to bend around that one small silence.